Abusing off angles can allow you to get kills without the enemy even knowing what hit them. If you can find the right ones, you can double your average kills and rank up faster. So I'm going to show you 20 off angles that you can use in your games to catch the other team off guard. If you're not sure you can trust me, I'm Louis, a 3000 elo player on Faceit, and I play internationally with Team USA at LAN events around the world. I've included timestamps in the description below, so you can skip ahead or revisit any tip that you like. Now, one of the most common off angles to play towards Arch is over here on this box, just because of the cover that it gives you and the height of how the player is playing, because usually T's are going to be clearing Arch like this. They're going to see it's clear. They're going to get on this wall and try to spring off just so they have that nice maximum speed when they peek. So this angle is also going to guarantee you a nice kill. So an off angle that a lot of pros used to play back in the day in CSGO is playing towards top dark. One thing about this position is how much you have to move your crosshair just to try to kill this guy, which makes it very, very difficult for any T just to be able to flick and kill this guy. Now, this may not be considered an off angle, but I actually stole this from Ethan back in the day on NRG, where he was playing towards CT and he knew that the T's didn't have any smokes, and he was just playing all the way back here trying to kill anyone crossing towards B. Now, this is a good position because your body is covered, and most of the time T's aren't going to be hard clearing this angle. They're going to be looking here when they're strafing, and then they're going to be looking towards right side. What also makes this position really, really good is after you do get a kill, you can just come here and hide and wait for your teammates to just come in and help you, and they may even be able to flash in front of you towards this position here, and you might be able to even peek off that and capitalize off your teammates' support. Now, on Cat, there's not many angles to play, but one that I really do like is playing above the cubby, just because it's really hard for the T's to change their crosshair, because they're not going to be aiming up like this. They're going to want to clear the cubby just like this, which makes it hard for the T's to have to adjust their crosshair all the way up, because a lot of people just practice left to right flicks and not up and down. So chances are they're going to whiff on you, and you're going to get a nice kill if anyone's trying to swing. Even if they're trying to crouch peek or pre-fire this angle, you're going to always have the upper hand on this duel. The only bad thing about this is that you're not going to be able to get away if they do flash, but you can also team play with your team. If you have an opper towards cap, you can hold this angle and pretty much take first contact on anyone trying to swing wide, and you're going to clean up on anyone trying to trade them. Now, one of my favorite positions on Dust 2 is to play in this corner right here for anyone coming out long. Now, this angle is really good if you have an AUG. I know I'm on T side, so just pretend this is an AUG, and then you can just kill anyone swinging out. But what makes this position very, very good is that you can have a teammate playing right below you and create a nice high-low setup. So if I were to place another buy here, and let's just pretend that the T's just took long, they pretty much used all their flashes trying to get out long. So when they try to peek this, they're going to be clearing car, then they're going to be swinging like this, and they're going to run into a setup that looks something like this, where two players are high-low, but it makes it hard for the T's to even scale because they're going to have to be fighting two people. Now, before we cover the rest of the off angles, let me tell you about the Monkey. Skins Monkey is a CS2 skins trading site marketplace that provides an instant way to get new skins. My favorite thing about Skins Monkey is that I can trade skins that I no longer want and trade it for a skin that is equal value. If you use code LouisCS2, you get a $5 bonus on your first trade, and if you want to buy skins, you can get a 30% deposit bonus plus an extra 5% using my code. The link is down in the description. Thank you, Skins Monkey, for sponsoring this video. Now, on A side Anubis, there's not many off angles, but there's a lot of cheeky places that you can play. And one position is playing here at tail, which is what we call an NA, where you can just sit here in this corner and just frag out on anyone trying to peek you. Now, this is a longer duel, especially as a CT, because you're going to have an M4. But if you ever have an AK, or maybe you're on an eco round and you're just gambling to hold this swing, this is a really good off angle. And the reason is how people are going to be clearing A, because they're going to walk up, they're going to be looking at pillar, then they're going to place their crosshair out, and they're going to peek towards cake and then over towards heaven. Because if I do place a bot right here and then remove this one in front of me, you're going to see that I'm going to be seeing him when he's clearing cake, and I get a free easy shot. Now, when you're running out of B site of Anubis, most of the time you're going to be clearing this left side here and then swinging over to the right. This makes this perfect spot and off angle for the CTs. Since most enemies are going to be clearing hard left sight and then just swinging to the right, they're not going to be pre-aiming you at all. So when they do see you after they clear this left side, they're going to be swinging for the right. They're going to have to stop and then readjust their crosshair, which gives you the big advantage in this duel. Now, this next one is for E-box, because again, off angles are created because of the crosshair placement. So when someone is clearing E-box, they're going to be peeking towards the top of E-box instead of anywhere on the stairs. So since this is in between where someone would place their crosshair for someone peeking here, and then they're going to be pre-aiming and then peeking at the top E-box, this makes a perfect off angle. And also, one other thing about this spot is that when you are playing on the stairs, your head is going to be going up and down, which makes you a really hard target to hit. Now, if you find yourself having trouble holding the A site, most of the time players are going to be playing this off angle right here, but this is very, very common now, and most times T's are going to be running out trying to clear it. So one thing that you can do is playing on the bench right here in this corner. This is a nice off angle from triple because when T's are running out, they're going to be hard clearing CT or right side triple. It's going to make it very hard for them to swing and adjust their crosshair because they have to flick up and then they're going to have to try to pull down. But what also makes this spot really good as an off angle is that if you do see the flashes start to come over, you can just go high towards triple and just get away very easily. Now, one of the most common off angles on Mirage is playing right here at this door, and what makes this angle very good is that most of the time T's are going to be swinging out, trying to drag anyone's crosshair playing towards bench or van, or if they know that they are in apps. But what also makes it more OP is that when someone is boosted and they're getting ready to peek, you're going to see that I am able to see him first, which gives me a good upper hand on anyone trying to boost. Even if the T's or the CTs, if they are trying to retake, want to do a double peek with a boost, you're going to be able to get this kill and then slide over and then kill someone trying to trade you. Now, one of my favorite off angles to hold inside of ramp as a T is playing over here in this position. The reason is if you crouch in this position, it almost creates a headshot angle, but it's not a very common angle for the T's to hold, and it's also not a common angle for the CTs to clear. So if I were to want to clear ramp, I'm going to be clearing this, and then I'm going to be walking up trying to hard clear this right side where most people like to sit, because this pot is a very popular position. So if I were to want to clear this, I'm going to be swinging like this, and this guy is going to be killing me in the side of the head. So one of the best positions to play on a site that you can also play with utility is over here on this sign. As you can see, this guy is holding me, and I'm not even going to be pre-aiming him because I'm going to be clearing temple, and then I'm going to want to come clear tree or peek CT, which will guarantee you not only a kill but also the option to fall back with your donut player. Now, even if I want to scale close to this wall, you can see that he is going to see me first, and I'm not even going to be thinking that he's playing here. Now, the cool thing about this position as well is that you can also play up here with a Molotov and block because you're going to be seeing their shadows. So if you do want to play for information, or maybe you're on a low buy and you want to buy a molly or a smoke, you'll be able to see their shadows and then either drop your molly inside of a main or more out just so they can't scale on you. And this gives you the option to fall and buy time for your team to rotate. Now, just like on Anubis, this angle is very popular amongst pros and it's playing right in front of pillar. Now, sometimes pros will also play right here on the corner of the pillar just because it's a little bit more off than the common crosshair placement right here. So if I were to swing short and try to clear pillar or in game, you can see this guy would be visible and it might be an easier flick. So playing at the corner is also good as well. Now, if you're struggling to hold mid on agent because you keep getting run down into donut, the best thing to do is to play this off angle here. And the reason is when T's are swinging, they're going to be clearing this right side, which we call link, and then right side donut. Then they're going to be swinging to clear the left side as well. So this is going to guarantee you a kill. So if you're ever struggling to hold mid, this is the best position to play inside of donut, just because it also works if they're peeking you from the ledge, because they're going to be peeking right side and they're just going to be swinging and probably falling down just because they think the right side's clear so they can peek left, and this is going to give you a huge advantage. Now, for Nuke A site, one of the most common off angles that people are playing are on this nitro wall trying to hold hut and door, but I know all you guys haven't seen this angle right here. Now, what makes this angle really good is that he is playing below headshot level in this crevice. So if I were to run out A, I'm going to be pre-aiming way above his head, and it's going to take a lot of time for me to adjust, because not only do I have to clear this, but most of the time the first guy coming out towards A is just jumping around this corner trying to get towards Tetris, and his second teammate is seeing if anyone shoots and they're trying to clear top hut, or the first guy always clears top hut and then wraps around. So most of the time you're not actually going to be looking at this guy. Now, one of the best positions to play on the B site that is so overpowered is playing over here on top silo, only because this guy is able to see most of this person's body, and it's very hard for me to clear him, because if I want to open up this door, I'm not going to be hard holding top silo. I'm going to want to clear below me first, just in case anyone's trying to hold the door when I'm opening it, and then when I run out, it's very easy for this guy to get a multi-kill. Same thing over here towards double door as well. If I were to play towards double door, this guy can see me right now, which gives him a huge advantage to play this angle. You're going to see that if I'm playing here, I'm able to see his body and get a nice free kill if anyone tries to run out double. And also towards single, you can see that I can see most of the door, so if there was a player there, I'd be able to get a nice easy spray down. Now, ramp is a really hard position to hold, but if you know what angles to play, you're definitely going to get at least 2 kills to help your team win the round. So when people are entering out ramp, most of the time they're going to be hugging this wall and clearing this right side. So if you're playing over here in this corner, it's going to give you a huge advantage because you're not going to get cleared. You're also blocked off by anyone trying to contact out ramp, so if they are trying to walk down, you're going to have a huge advantage just playing in this corner. This is also a really good spot if you are trying to get exit frags. This is a good blame F spot as well, because when T's are coming up, they're going to be holding for the ramp on these nice headshot angles, and they're not even going to clear you. Now, this B side angle is really OP, and it's one of my favorite spots to play on train as a B anchor, because when T's are coming down the ramp, most of the time they're going to be smoking towards Z like this on the sidewalk, and they're going to be swinging out looking at side bomb or left side bomb here. Then they're going to be swinging to clear summit, because not only is it an off angle, but if they decide to come out upper, they're going to be scaling, trying to find you and not see you, and then just jump down, and you have the advantage of sitting under here trying to get kills on these guys falling, and chances are they're not going to clear you at all, because if they do get out upper for free, they're going to think that you're either playing really far back or that someone's going to be in Z. Now the next off angle is playing right here outside a ladder. So when T's are coming out of T-con, they're going to be pre-aiming the entrance of ladder if they don't have ladder control. So one thing you can do is by playing off the angle and also have the security of the box, because I can only see about half of his body. So if I do start to spray, I'm gonna have to start shooting through the box, and it's only doing 18 to 19 damage, which gives you a really high advantage in the duel. If I remove the bot, you're going to see that I actually see T-con at a full angle. So if they do decide to swing out all the way to this little yellow pillar, they're still only seeing half of my body, and that also gives me a chance to multi-frag or get a kill and run away with at least 50 health left over. Now most of the time on train, you're either going to get mollied or smoked off T-con. So once these nades fade, one thing that you're going to be doing as a T is pre-aiming towards back red, which makes playing side red a good off angle, because most of the time when T's are clearing this, they're not going to be flashing over because they think they have the security of a camera smoke, and also maybe they're trying to molly towards back 6, or maybe they already have a ladder. And what makes this position so good is not only holding here, but if you do constantly resmoke T-con, you can also swivel in between ladder. So if you have a teammate towards E-box or on bomb train trying to hold ladder, you can sit here and just play off of their contact as well, and then you can just move right back into the off angle. So if T-con was smoked and the T's decided to jump through, you would have the advantage in this duel, because they're going to be jumping through looking at back 6 and camera or back red. If this video helped you, make sure to check out this video on 15 CS2 mechanics you can abuse in CS2 by clicking the video on screen now.